In this video, I will be breaking down the painting done by William Henry Huddle in 1885 called Marble Falls. I visited this painting at the Dallas Museum of Art, and it is oil on canvas. William Henry Huddle was born on February 12, 1847 in Wytheville, Virginia. He served in the Confederate Army and then later returned back to Virginia to study painting under his cousin. William Huddle is actually more famously known for his painting of Davy Crockett, which hangs in the Texas State Capitol building. My experience at the DMA was very interesting. I've never really been attracted to art or had any real interest, but at the DMA I did realize that I really like atmospheric perspectives and just landscape paintings. One of these that really piqued my interest, which I'm going to talk about more, is William Henry Huddle's Marble Falls, which is in Austin, Texas, and it's local, and it's just a great painting with a great landscape. Here I will show the video of me looking at the painting and reading the brief biography about it, which has a very interesting note about the varnish around the painting and how it was changed over time. I actually looked at this painting for a lot longer in real life than what's shown in the video. There's a lot of interesting stuff about the painting that I liked, such as the lighting and how realistic the river looked, and the rocks contrasted with the sky. It just worked really well, and it looked really realistic to me. There are several principles and elements that are displayed throughout this painting. Starting with principles, it has compositional unity, which you can see all the space that's filled with the riverbank and the sky and just all the trees and the hills in the background. It also shows balance and scale. With a realistic drawing like this, there's a lot of proportions that need to be correct, and the artist does a very good job at making sure that these are right. There's also a lot of movement that the artist shows, with the river flowing down the rocks and throughout the banks. You can really see the movement of the Colorado River. Next, with elements, the artist shows a lot of organic shapes. With the atmospheric and just a landscape drawing like this, there's a lot of just, natural things that are going on, such as the rocks and the rivers and the trees. Not a lot of geometric shapes in this painting. The artist also shows atmospheric perspective. This can be seen through the hills in the background and the receding trees and the hill line, as well as how the riverbank. There's also a lot of size differentiation. You can see this clearly through the riverbank and how it gets smaller and the trees get smaller as the river recedes. You also see how this is expanded through the foreground with the big trees and the big boulders in the front. The color in this is really important, as the riverbank is really bright orange and it really complements the blue of the sky. These two are complementary colors. The artist also employs use of warm temperature through the colors of the riverbank and the rocks that follow. There's also a lot of rocky textures that go along with this painting. You can see this through the many rocks that follow the riverbank, and even in the river, which the river is flowing over, you can see all the rocks and how it's not really a nice, soft, beachy riverbank, and it's more of just hard and rocky. Overall, this was a great experience, and I'd never actually been to the Dallas Museum of Art. I definitely will be returning soon, as I had a really good time, and I really opened my eyes to a lot of different art that I enjoyed.